Good morning, trading world. Today is April 22nd, 2020, and this is my pre market outlook. Uh, Coming into today, after a day like yesterday, um, a couple things that we have to be aware and careful of. Um, Today, short term trend is bullish. Intermediate term trend is bearish, and daily trend is still bullish. And usually, what that says is a range day or an expanded range day, which means we could go up a good distance and come down just as much a good distance. But when you add to it that the Fed is now indirectly buying equities or pretty much buying the market, giving a false, or how can I say this, basically wreaking havoc in the bond market. There's no true way to read this right now. Um, we were definitely headed lower yesterday, but uh, like for the past couple nights, the Fed and this repo loan, because the liquidity is horrible. Um, I can look at my option spreads and looking at the just the way that the option prices on my spreads are jumping around. The liquidity is horrible. There's none out there. Um, but with the Fed and this overnight repo market introducing funds, that pretty much kept us from going lower, and indirectly the Feds are basically buying the market or buying equities. So this is the reason why the zones or ranges are so expanded right now. We'll get into the Nasdaq and the resistance zones. We're going to start with the Jack resistance of 85.30, Queen resistance of 85.51, King resistance of 86.70. And very important are the zones in between today. The zones that I have in between on the resistance side, we're going to start with 85.95, which is right about here. And then the next zone is going to be 86.65, which is very important. 86.65, which is right about here. And then last is 87.09. So 87.09 is all the way up here. So that's this expanded reach area. 86.65 again is very important. I have a lot of things pointing toward retest back up there. Now to the support side. Jack support is 8,500. Queen support is 8406. And King support is 8334. And if you can remember on the video yesterday, the dash zone that I pointed to and said where we want to go to, but I wasn't sure if we would make it there in one day, is this 8334. And we just about made it there yesterday. That was close to the lows of yesterday. So again, keep your eye. We're going to try to retest that until it's broken. So, um, to somewhat explain the support and resistance and the way that I use it, because this market is going to act very crazy, so it's going to be kind of hard to put things in the crosshairs, but you can look at these as basically areas of reaction, not necessarily support and resistance, but right now areas of reaction. So what I mean by that is that if we're up here, or let's just say for better example today, if we're below this area and you have this zone, which is jack support, and we're coming back into this jack support, because we're below it, this now acts as resistance. And you can study and see how the internals react when you get to this area, and it could be used as a place of resistance, as a place to enter short, because we're going to be all over the place, maybe for the next few weeks. So it's going to be kind of hard to get a handle. So you have to know your internals and know how to read momentum to see where you can enter. Let's go to the ES. And looking at the ES, we had resistance about here at 27.77. If we break through this 27.77, we may go and try to retest this 28.02 and fail. If we can get to that 28.02. 28.02, and then up above it we have 28.11, which I don't really see us getting through, but where we want to head is back to retest this 27.31 and possibly break through 27.31. Once we break through that 27.31, the next market that we're trying to reach is 26.83. So that's pretty much where we are today. With this short-term bull trend and long-term daily trend, we could have a nice pop to the upside on all of the indexes today. So be aware and be careful of these pops to the upside. But these pops to the upside are just places to give you great shorts if you can read momentum. So that's pretty much it. My pre-market outlook for today. I am still in my options positions. I see no need to really, these option positions, they have at least 40 days on most of them left, and I don't even think I will think about taking an option position off until we start retesting or get close to retesting the lows of February. That's how I feel about it now. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm hoping for. But again, when we start knocking through these levels, that's the time that I have to read momentum and read internals to see if we're going to go to the next level. Each time we break one of these markers, you have to look at the internals to kind of gauge to see whether we're set up to go further. And that's pretty much how I look at things. So, again, make sure whatever trading that you're doing, especially now in these times, make sure your risks are defined. If you're trading options, um, try to use risk defined strategies like spreads where the loss is capped to a certain degree. But as a rule of thumb, you always know how much you have at risk and be comfortable with losing that amount. That's just how things should be done when it comes to trading. So, again, good luck, be safe, wishing you profitable trading. Have a great day.